What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be talking about 5 things that we learned from the Imola sprint race today. And I actually enjoy these sprint races. To me, it just gives more racing, and I love watching racing. So Friday we got qualifying, Saturday the sprint race, and on Sunday we have the full race. I know some people don't like it that way. They like the standard qualifying on Saturday and the race on Sunday, but I like more racing, so why not? You know, I enjoy it. That's my personal view on it. Anyway, we're going to be going over the 5 things that we learned. And the first one is that Verstappen did manage to take pole for the Sunday race. And Red Bull look very competitive. If they've sorted out these reliability problems, they could have a great weekend and get a good haul of points, especially with Perez climbing back up to P3 after a disappointing qualifying yesterday. And yeah, so Verstappen, he a bit of a tough time off the line. He said he had some gear sync issues. And dropped behind Leclerc, but he showed serious pace to stay with Leclerc and save his tyres up for the last couple laps when Leclerc was struggling on those soft tyres. I think he got graining on the front left. It was either on the front left or the front right. But that gave Verstappen the chance to close on in and get close enough and use that DRS to get past him with 2 laps to go. And so yeah, Verstappen will be starting on pole on Sunday tomorrow. He gets that extra point over Leclerc as well, and if he could get the win tomorrow, he could start that comeback in the points this season after those 2 DNFs earlier on. Has really hurt him in the standings, but obviously very long season. We've still got another 20 races to go, 19 races, so he needs to start building up these points, but he's got plenty of time to do it, and today was a great start. Second thing we're going to go over is the Zhou and Gasly crash. To me, I saw it as a racing incident, but obviously this is what can happen in a sprint race. You know, you have a good qualifying on Friday. I mean, neither of these guys did have a great qualifying, but say if you do and you have that one crash on the sprint race, you're going to go to the back for the Sunday race. And I think that's what some people don't like about it. But then at the same time, you know, if they had a crash like this on Sunday, it ruins their Sunday race. So at least Guan Yu Zhou gets another chance on Sunday. He's going to be starting from the back of the grid. Gasly, I'm not sure where he finished. I think it might have been P17. Did he get past the Williams drivers? But anyway, from what I saw of the crash, I saw it as a racing incident. You know, Gasly didn't have much place to go. Zhou was trying to go around the outside, so is what it is. And yeah, it happens from time to time, but at least they've got another chance tomorrow on Sunday in a much longer race, and maybe Zhou can get into the points. It is going to be a wet race, or it might be a wet race. And if it is a wet race, always chance of points, because crazy things are going to happen. Likely to see safety cars, likely to see red flags, just like we did in qualifying on Friday. Next thing we're going to go over is McLaren, and they are on for a big weekend for themselves. Last week, they got, or 2 weeks ago, should I say, they got P5 and P6 in Australia. And now they're P5 and P6 in the sprint race. Good points they get today. I think if you get P5 and P6 is that's 3 and 4 points, so they got 7 points for the team today, and they're closing in that gap on Mercedes. And if they get another good race tomorrow and they finish behind the Red Bulls and Ferraris, that's a good haul of points for them, especially as Mercedes are struggling this weekend. So another good weekend for McLaren. They are showing some pace in the car, so if you are a McLaren fan, it's looking good, and they're looking on the up, especially with Norris and Ricciardo both doing a good job in that car. Fourth thing that we are going to go over is a great comeback drive from Carlos Sainz and Perez. Carlos Sainz really needed this. He needed some confidence boost, and this sprint race was basically to recover for yesterday's poor performance. And he did exactly that, putting that car into P4, and Perez putting his car into P3 means that Ferrari and Red Bull are going to have a big battle tomorrow. You've got Verstappen P1, Leclerc P2, Perez P3, and Sainz P4, and it's going to be about strategies. As long as Sainz doesn't get overtaken by McLaren off the start, and those 4 all together, we could see a good race, and it will come down to strategy in the end between the 2 teams, and maybe Sainz can challenge the front runners of Verstappen and Leclerc. Hopefully Verstappen and Leclerc don't run away from Perez and Sainz, but I could very much see that happening, just because for me they're on a different level right now, especially with Leclerc's confidence, and Verstappen is obviously the reigning world champion. But Carlos Sainz needed that, got some good points, and hopefully tomorrow he can kick on and really challenge the people ahead. Same with Perez. I'd love to see a four-way fight for the championship and for them to get involved a little bit. Not just have it Leclerc and Verstappen out front every single race. Last thing we're going to go over, again, tough weekend for Mercedes. You know, maybe in the sprint race we're going to see some race pace from them, especially after their performance in free practice 2. You know, George Russell got P1, Lewis Hamilton P4, but it didn't seem to carry over to the race. They were struggling to overtake. Obviously, Imola is a tough place to overtake, and they were stuck in a bit of a DRS train. But to only get P11 and P14 in the sprint race, disappointed. You know, they made no moves up. Hamilton actually moved a place back. So it's not looking like a very good weekend for Mercedes. Maybe in the long race tomorrow, they can move up a couple spots, maybe get P7, P8, if they get the strategy right. But I don't see them finishing any higher than that, especially with McLaren showing a bit of pace. So it's going to be a tough weekend for Mercedes, and they're going to have to really get on it at the factory and find some pace in that car. Otherwise, they're going to slowly see that championship slip away from them. And for the reigning world champions, they should be putting up a bigger fight than this. It's a long season, so they've got time, but we need to see that fight. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little preview of the sprint race in Imola. I'll be doing another one tomorrow for the longer race. And yeah, so if you guys haven't, go ahead and follow my shorts channel. I'll be doing a poll of who you think will win the race tomorrow. And if you haven't followed this channel or subscribed to this channel, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Like the video if you did enjoy it, and I'll keep doing more of these. Anyway, yeah, I will see you guys later. Enjoy the race tomorrow. Peace.